Hello everybody, so this is your weekly card reading for the 8th through to the 14th of May. I hope you've all had a really good week. I've had certainly an eventful one. My twins, who are 2, have both been poorly all week, so I've been stuck in the house, which isn't so much fun. But thankfully they're on the mend now, so back to normal, back to business. So as always, I've taken us 3 cards from the deck. So let's see what we've got. For today, which is Friday through until Sunday, we have the Queen of Water card. Now, court cards can stand for a situation, as all the cards can, but also a person in your life or even yourself. Now, this is somebody who's very empathetic. Empathy is very different to sympathy. They both have the same root, of course. Sympathy is where you feel sorry or sad for somebody, but you've never experienced that kind of thing yourself, and you find it hard to imagine how you would feel in that situation. You're kind of one step removed from the emotions and one step removed from the situation. Empathy is where you may have experienced a similar kind of situation yourself, and you really feel what that person is feeling. You can pick up on how that person is feeling, almost to the point that you don't realise that it's their feelings and not yours. You take them on that much. So certainly around the weekend, you or somebody very important in your life right now is that really demonstrating qualities of empathy for other people. They're very loving and very tender as well. So this could be you, and very patient. They quite understand the divine timing of things and understand that everything happens when it's supposed to. So the Queen of Water can be a person in your life, or it can be a situation. Now, if it's a situation in your life, know that every relationship in your life right now, romantically, friendship, business, family, whatever it is, are going to feel like they're in a really good place right now. And those relationships will deepen to new levels so that you will feel closer and more connected to the people in your life than you may have done for a while. So a very, very positive card. The card also asks that you look after not only other people in your life but also yourself. Your own needs are just as important as other people because you are just as important as other people, and it's imperative that you give yourself the same amount of love and care that you give to other people so freely. You know, we're so keen to give our love away to others, and don't nurture ourselves to the same degree. So this card is asking that you really look after yourself, give yourself that care and attention that you need, and do something to really show that to yourself. So whether it's treating yourself to something that you've wanted for a while, or giving yourself a bath or reading the book or a massage, whatever it is, look after yourself. It's really important. Get enough sleep, make sure that you're eating properly. All those things are massively important. Otherwise, of course, if you don't look after yourself properly, that's when you start to get poorly, which is really, really bad, as we know. The final thing about this card for the weekend is that it's all about your intuition. Your intuition is that little voice inside that tells us when something is good for us to do or when something is bad for us to do. We might get emotional reactions or physical reactions to opportunities or the things that people say, or when you meet somebody. That's your intuition, and it guides you into the things that are right for you to do and the things that are wrong for you to do. So it's asking that you really pay attention to that little voice inside and really listen to what it's got to say, because it won't lead you wrong. It will lead you to the right path. Okay, so just be aware of that. Monday and Tuesday we have the 10 of Water card, another water card, very emotional week. And again, this is all about your family life as opposed to romantic relationships. And it's your family, whether that's literally, the family that you would think of, or whether that's people who you consider to be your family, because as we know, the family dynamic is changing all the time. So it doesn't necessarily have to be blood relations. It can be people who you think of as your family. But it's that structure, it is those people in your life who are bringing you the most rewards emotionally right now. That's where your stability is, that's where your comfort is, that's where you feel most secure and most happy right now, okay? And certainly if it's not today, next week you'll certainly be very aware of it. You just feel that, you know, in terms of your relationships, especially with your family, that your emotional needs really are being met. Um, there isn't any kind of massively negative things for you to have to be worried about. There's no major dramas or stresses. I'm not saying that outside of that unit there isn't any stress to deal with, because it's life. Um, but certainly having your family, whatever form that takes, to be such a place of security and happiness means that if there is stresses and challenges outside of the unit, that you can deal with it because you're coming from a place of happiness, you're coming from a place of security. So it's like having really good foundations to a house and knowing that, you know, no matter what, they'll always be there for you. It's a really nice feeling, I think. Yeah, so that's that card. And finally, for Wednesday and Thursday, we have the Four of Air card. What the card is asking you, what the angels are asking you, is that it's a really good time for you to rest up right now. It's a really important that you take some time out to relax and to recharge. Now, in an ideal situation, of course, that would mean going on holiday. Somewhere nice and warm on the beach, fully weighted on and not having to worry about anything, and you can kick back for a week or two. That's, in an ideal situation, that's what we'd all do. Sadly, you know, not all of us can do that. If you can do that, by all means go, because the rest of us would give our eye teeth to be going on holiday right now. But if you can't do that, there's still ways that you can rest up and recharge your batteries. There's things called staycations, which is, you know, literally you can go away in this country for a couple of nights, or you can create it in your own home. You know, you can take the phone off the hook, you can turn off your mobile phone, and you can do things that, you know, you could have a pamper day for yourself, so giving yourself all the nice treatments, giving yourself a pedicure and a manicure and massage, and really looking after yourself. Or maybe you can have, you know, a film time with the family, so you can get all those films you wanted to watch and loads of treats in, and just ignore the world and just rest up and be with your family. And it's important that you do this, because, I mean, certainly for the last few weeks, we know now that it's been go, 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 go. There's been one thing after another for you to deal with, and there's been a lot of stress and a lot of, you know, turmoil in your life, and you are kind of at the end of your energy levels, you are at the end of your patience levels, you know, you're feeling wrung out, like a wet cloth that's been used for like 3 years, and, you know, you're tired, you've had enough. Well, if you don't recharge, if you don't take time off, if you don't relax in some way, and you keep pushing and pushing forward, what will happen is that you will burn out. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you will just burn out. And you'll either end up in a weepy, crying, emotional mess on the nearest person, or you'll get ill, you'll get poorly, because your body is shouting at you, screaming at you to stop. And if you don't listen to that voice, if you don't listen to the intuition that we were talking about, then it will make you stop. And that's when you get poorly. So it's best to take the time yourself while you still have your health, rather than being forced to and not enjoying it, because of course being poorly is a very different experience to relaxing, as we know. The other thing about this card that's worth mentioning is that it's all about not pushing forward with situations, not making any rash decisions, not being forced into doing things that you want to do. If there's a decision that you have to make in any kind of respect, then you buy yourself some time and you make sure the decision is the right thing for you and for all those people involved. Meditation is really good with this because you can kind of take yourself out of it. You can take yourself out of the stress of it all and really connect to that inner voice and listen and be sure that you know what you're doing. So just be aware of that. That's certainly something to bear in mind for next week. So it's going to be a really interesting week, a very emotional week, I think. Certainly it starts off brilliantly. You know, your relationships are really strong right now. Your family life is great right now. But then as you get into the end of next week, you're being asked to relax and recharge and certainly take some time out before you're made to by being poorly. So just bear that in mind. I hope you guys have a really good week. I hope that you all do stay healthy and well. If you need me for anything, please contact me. I'm on Facebook, of course, on Katie Golby, or I'm at my website, which is psychicmama.co.uk. Have a great, great week. I send you all lots of love and light, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.